been hearing a lot of noise about who won E3, who had the best E3, who had the best conference, and while I think they're all crap, NeoGaf has compiled a chart, a list of information, objectively reviewing E3, viewing E3, whatever you want to call it, an analysis. So, Microsoft showed 40 games at their conference, Sony 42, Nintendo 12. Of these games, Microsoft had 45% of those games, 18 out of their 40 being shooters. Sony had a 50-50 even split, 21 out of 42. Nintendo, a quarter of their games were shooters, 3 out of 12. Microsoft had 12 exclusives, Sony had 15 exclusives, and Nintendo had 11 exclusives. So judging by the data, most games, Sony wins. Most shooters, Sony wins. Most exclusives, Sony wins. Sony wins in all three categories. Now, this is just an objective look at all three conferences, an objective look at the data. It does not take into account one game's weight compared to another. For example, Dance Central Spotlight, to me, cannot be held in the same regard as a game, let's say, The Witcher 3. I'm sorry. People have different opinions, but to me, they can. But one thing we can say for sure is that the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One get more than 3 times the amount of game support as the Wii U. And the situation is probably not going to get any better as time goes on. It's actually going to get worse. Now, all three conferences, to me, like I said, were crap. But what I can't understand is how all these Nintendo fanboys are high and cheering and celebrating and even saying it was one of the best Nintendo E3s ever, and I'm left utterly and completely confused. Do you see the list of games that you're not getting? Did you see the list of games on the show floor that you are not getting? Destiny, Witcher 3, Arkham Knight, Dead Island 2, Battlefield Hardline, Mirror's Edge 2, The Division, The Crew, Dragon Age Inquisition, Rainbow Six Siege, Grand Theft Auto 5, Metal Gear Solid 5. Do you see all these games? There are probably more that you are not getting on the Wii U. It's absurd. And I don't know how anybody cannot be unhappy about it if you own that system, if you spent your hard-earned money on that console. But then I hear the excuse. This so common excuse, which is by one time or another used by each faction of you corporate slaves. Xbox fans, they used to say that PC 360 games were Microsoft exclusives. PlayStation fans used to say that I don't need to buy it on the 360, I'll buy it on a PC. Now we have Wii U fans saying they don't care if they don't get third-party support, they'll buy it on a PC. You know, for a group of fanboys that constantly say that PC sucks, consoles are better, and berate PC gaming as a whole, you losers sure love to hide behind the PC whenever it becomes convenient for you. I mean, I didn't know that Nintendo bundled a gaming rig with every Wii U, but that's what it seems like. That is what it seems like. One second you have all these corporate slaves saying PC gaming sucks, and the very next second they're saying, oh, I buy all my third-party games on the PC. And yet the funny thing is, not one of these clowns will ever show you their Steam or their Origin account. Pathetic.